Breaking today, Meghan Markle has attempted to spin the as ever launch disaster as a great success in propaganda that Goebbels would have been satisfied with. That's how ludicrous it is. We're going to get analysis from our Royal Mastermind Angela Levin very shortly, but first I have to just take you through this reporting from Newsweek, leaked directly by Team Meghan, that says her team is thrilled as the wine sold out despite frustration. Of course, that led Meghan to do the very chuggy Instagram post, still soaking it in, feeling endlessly grateful. Cheers to what's ahead. Let me tell you, what's ahead is nothing, because customers are not going to be treated like absolute dirt to the point where you're ripping them off with markups 3 times higher than the product is actually worth, when you are getting them to pay and then refunding them only part of what they have paid when not enough product is available. And by the way, Meghan, weren't you the one to tell Tina Knowles and Emma Grede that this sort of scarcity strategy simply doesn't work for a business like As Ever? So I am not convinced, and I don't think many people are going to be convinced. But as I say, this Goebbels-like propaganda to Newsweek. A source, I think this was probably Meghan's latest PR, said the As Ever team and the Netflix team are all thrilled that it's done so well. There's still a level of frustration that supplies of the wine did not last longer, but the batch was significant. It's quite extraordinary, really, how it sold out. We thought it would sell out, but for it to happen so quickly again is testament to the popularity of the brand and the Duchess in the US. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? And Newsweek, how can you even say this? Because her popularity is at rock bottom. The brand is a joke. 2 podcasts have had to be axed. Think about this. And Newsweek, don't ever just run propaganda like this. You're meant to be journalists. Okay, it went on. The successful rosé drop comes as experts have repeatedly warned that selling out in minutes could leave customers frustrated. No shit, Sherlock. In the long term, missing out on the product or being unable to replenish stock. Newsweek was told that Meghan personally tasted and tested multiple grapes and showed them to her friends before personally choosing a bespoke brand. Let me tell you, that's actually the one part of this piece that I believe. Because if there is one thing that Meghan Markle loves more than anything else, it's boozing. She's a total booze hag. She loves a drink. She's very, very happy when she's got a glass of wine in her hand. So actually, that part of this spin, I do believe. The source went on, significant volumes were shifted, and next step won't be restocking because the 2023 vintage is now all sold. But they will be replenishing stock with a different vintage and then other types as well. So let's just think about that for a second. Meghan Markle said that she had all of this product to sell, but in fact, there was only a tiny amount of the 2023 vintage, and we're never going to get it back because, of course, it was made in 2023. Before, by the way, Meghan was even thinking about putting out shit wine. Now, the Newsweek piece goes on, sparkling wine is not far off, and staff very much hope it will be out in time for fans to enjoy a glass in the dying days of summer. It will be months, not weeks. We're probably looking towards the end of summer, but obviously they're working as quickly as they can to get something that's good. She's absolutely not going to compromise on quality. She's spent so long sampling different blends, and obviously she wants to be able to scale and produce as much as possible, but that's got to be done without compromising on the quality. Newsweek reminded us the rosé was priced at $30 per bottle, but with a minimum order of 3, meaning anyone who wants to sample the wine would need to pay $19 plus shipping, bringing the total to $110. Now, I'm sorry. Anyone who genuinely believes that Meghan Markle is following any business strategy here other than, holy crap, what am I going to do at this minute because this disaster has just happened, is delusional. I have actually never seen the launch of a celebrity business be as catastrophic as this, and that really is saying something, especially given she does have the weight of Netflix behind her, who frankly should be completely embarrassed by this. But what Meghan doesn't realize, as I keep saying, is that Netflix is very good, really, at touting crappy product connected to a show like Bridgerton. That's what this is about, not the launch of some lifestyle brand like Goop or Martha Stewart. Royal News Network had some interesting analysis on this, posting, "This is an interesting piece from Jack Royston, and the bottom line is key. The constant sellouts may be flashy, but consistency is the real key to success, which Meghan just can't seem to achieve. Meghan's team are also still vague on quantities, but continue to claim wild success. I'm sorry, but that doesn't work without hard numbers, as their comments could mean anything and nothing. Not to mention the fact that they forced customers to buy at least 3 wine, which also artificially pads out all the numbers. It's impossible to have a brand at this point consistently sell out unless it's intentional. And because it's more important to Meghan Markle to appear successful rather than achieve real success. This venture will fail if she doesn't get her act together when it comes to stocking her products. The mildly curious are never going to purchase if they have to fight the stands to get something as easily accessible as spread. And even the faithful move on if they can't restock in timely manners. The business is a disaster at this point, and yes, she's had some mild success, but it's doubtful if the company had achieved much of a windfall at this point. It's also unsellable, as the only reason people are buying is her, and that's it. Another company won't buy, as the brand would crater if she walks away, as she's made the critical error of tying the brand too closely to her image. At this point, it's her title and curiosity driving sales, but if she can't keep in stock something as pedestrian as spread consistently, the brand will die. Now, Angela Levin, you have described this launch as chaotic. What have you discovered about it?
Well, more than finding it out as chaotic, I'll give you my understanding of it, which will shock you, but you'd also will believe it. Now, if you remember last week, Christopher Boozy became Meghan's aide again, right? He is very friendly with royal person, Jack Royston. Okay.
Yes.
4
Who
years
wrote this
ago,
article in Newsweek? And just to clarify, Christopher Boozy wrote the column in Newsweek.
yeah, 4 years ago, he used to be hideous to me, saying all sorts of threats and awful. And also
Christopher
for
Boozy or Jack Royston?
Christopher Boozy, with the help of Jack Royston, and another person who you know well and you like a lot, but I couldn't get hold of her today, so I won't mention her name. But she said, Christopher Boozy has made my life hell over accusations. This is all things that is in that magazine. He shows you actual evidence and accusations. He has lied to his followers and accused me of committing fraud on 2 separate occasions. If you remember, he told me my friends were Nazis, so he's always found something. He attacked me for how I look, once comparing me to a potato. So this is a very interesting thing because the magazine does some nice things about Meghan, and then it went very critical of her, and now it's come back. And my guess is that Boozy is back and saying everything, leave it to me, everything's wonderful. Meghan's done it. We just have to alter how we express it, and everything is absolutely fine. And that's what I feel. It's obviously nonsense because you can't say this is wonderful apart from the problems we've got, because it's not. It's absolutely not. And so that's my feeling about it.
Big news! Outspoken is now available as a podcast too. So please do subscribe wherever you get yours, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and make sure you rate and review. I'll take 5 stars, if you may. Absolutely,
And
Angela. I think you're completely right. The timing of the fact that Boozy was back in Newsweek just last week, peddling absolute nonsense, by the way, saying that, oh, everyone's just been terrible, asking about Meghan's moon bump, when actually he's the conspiracist, Angela, because he still to this day doesn't believe that Catherine is real. Do you remember that? He thought that the Catherine farm shop pictures were fake, that the Catherine cancer video announcement was fake. It's like, you are the conspiracist. And I would say shame on Newsweek, actually, for giving in to this PR spin, because I don't even think Americans are falling for it anymore, Angela. I honestly don't.
Well, I hope that's right because actually the things that have been said, he's said about Princess Catherine and about her father and about William, I mean, they are vile, absolutely vile. I mean, even calling someone a potato who's not famous but is well known, it's really nasty and it's the sort of thing that will get to you and make you upset. And that's what he likes to do. You see what he's like. And also, when we've heard how upset the Queen was with all the things that have been said to her, Harry shouting at her, Meghan not even letting her see or hear what the wedding dress is like, and being very, very difficult. Now, this is the man who they take to help them get on. I don't see how you can blink and want to see that person ever again. How disgusting it is. It's a great shock that we heard what the Queen has said, but it's an additional shock to see that Meghan is so vile to the people who have helped her and let her be known and make her rich, all that, that she still wants to destroy the royal family, which I've been saying for years. And I think that it's enough. He is revolting, Meghan is revolting, and that's my feeling about her silly bottles of rubbish. So there.
Go, Angela. And what's interesting too is, okay, she might have Newsweek back on side peddling the PR spin, but just this week, Angela, she lost Vanity Fair, which headlined a piece about what's going on with As Ever. Meghan is in a jam. After weeks of
Yeah.
speculation, sources close to the Duchess have divulged that her As Ever products are manufactured by grocery store brand Republic of Tea, as a jam expert slams her fruit spreads for being too runny. Now, of course, Angela, if you've been watching us over the past couple of weeks, you know all of this about As Ever, okay? But why this is significant is the fact that a magazine like Vanity Fair is fully waking up. Because remember, Vanity Fair also revealed, Angela, just a few weeks ago, that Meghan was touting around the book, the post-divorce book. So I would argue that, look, yes, Meghan is looking for new friends in the media. Okay, Newsweek is back on side for now, but actually it's not going to make that much of a difference because people can see through this complete rubbish.
I think they can now. I mean, 4 years ago, people didn't know. I thought, well, maybe they are terrible, all these people that he's mentioning. He seems an honourable man. And I don't know whether his colour made an importance to it, that he was really helpful because for Meghan. But I don't think anybody does now. I mean, she's had it for a long time, hasn't she? Oh, it's not true what she says. Most of the things aren't true. And
Well, nothing's
I mean, it
true,
makes
even
me
Angela,
shudder.
in the Newsweek piece, because I'm sorry, how can she say to Tina Knowles, and obviously we did a deep dive on that interview, remember, and Tina Knowles was really humiliating her, wasn't she, by saying it's really bad if your product keeps running out. You've got to make sure you have a constant supply. So at that point, Meghan was like, yep, I'm not going to do anything this year. We're going to put it all on pause. We're going to get it together. I mean, how on earth can
Six
she?
months off, wasn't it? Six
Mm.
months off. And the next week we're told it's all coming out again.
Well,
I
Angela, I
mean,
just have a horrible thought as well, because you know how she decided to launch the rosé on Diana's birthday, Princess Diana's birthday. I'm like, oh my God, she's talking about launching the sparkling wine at the end of summer. Well, we know what happened at the end of summer, didn't we? At the end of summer,
yes,
Princess Diana was
Diana
killed August
died.
the 31st. It's like, is
Yeah.
that what the next ploy is going to be? Let's launch some champagne to mark Diana's anniversary. And at this point, I would not put it past her.
I hadn't thought of that, but I think you're right, actually. I would believe that she can do that. It just makes me speechless because it's just so terrible. But I think you're quite right about that because she doesn't care if people don't like her or not, as long as they respond. And people will go raving mad if she does that around the death of Diana. I mean, what would Harry say? Will he say, oh, good idea? No. I mean, I hope he wouldn't, but he wouldn't be able to change it. And she would just do it whether he cares or not. And it's too revolting for words, isn't it? It just, I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but it is. This is how we
No, but
think of
well,
her.
of course, because they are saying late summer. They are saying late summer. Now,
Yes.
if you look at Meghan's Instagram stories, though, Angela, again, you would think all of this was just a complete success and that everyone was getting what they wanted and that her fan base just absolutely adore her. She shared just two of these, Angela. Let me take you through them. The first was someone, and she said, "This may be my favorite one." And the punter was saying, "I set an alarm for 10:58 Eastern Time and asked my dental hygienist to please hold the cleaning after I purchased my Meghan Sussex wine. She jumped up and said, 'Oh, that's right.' She grabbed her phone and we bought them together. It was that serious." Now, Angela, you might call me a cynical guy, but I would put that in the file of things that never ever happened. But first, we've partnered with Gundry MD to share this information with you. Would you believe me if I told you inside your pantry right now is one of the healthiest foods on the planet? Yep, it's true. Not some weird, trendy superfood. Spoiler alert, it's olive oil. You're probably used to cooking with it, but there are countless ways to use olive oil to help yourself look and feel younger. For example, olive oil is a natural way to help you achieve a more youthful appearance. Besides helping you look younger on the outside, it's a fantastic tool for your insides as well. According to Dr. Stephen Gundry, a famous cardiothoracic surgeon, nutrition expert, and health advocate, you should get as much high quality olive oil into your daily routine as possible, whether it's taking a shot of it daily or keeping a bottle of it in your bathroom medicine cabinet. But what kind of olive oil is best for your health? Well, any olive oil can give you some benefits, but if you're looking to get the best results, it matters a lot which one you pick. The olive oil industry is huge. You can tell by the number of olive oil brands you see at the grocery store, and you can bet they're not all made with the consumer in mind. And many brands may even cut corners one way or another to increase profits. When Dr. Gundry came to this realization, he was appalled. But some olive oils are so powerful, it may only take a few tablespoons a week to see these incredible health benefits. So, how can you tell between an olive oil that can be a health booster and which one isn't up to par? In an effort to answer that important question, Dr. Gundry has decided to take a stand and release his personal research and findings. The video has gone viral since its release, and it's important you see it so you can start benefiting immediately. You can watch the video right now by going to getolive1.com/outspoken or by clicking the link in the description box below. So that's getolive1.com/outspoken or just click on the link in the description box below. People who have taken his advice have shared their results with him, saying the olive oil they bought after learning his simple rules has helped change their lives. So make sure you go to getolive1.com/outspoken or click on the link in the description box below this video. But now, back to the show.
Well, I'm that sort of a girl, so very cynical.
I mean,
Always
really,
have been.
Angela, do you
Oh, it does.
honestly think someone was in there with the dental hygienist, the phone goes at 10:58, and she says, stop, I've got to get my Meghan Sussex wine. This is made up. I want to find this person. Like, find this person, find this dental hygienist. If you actually exist, okay? If you can prove to me that you bought the wine at that time and you were at the dental hygienist, I will take this back. But I honestly believe this is part of a PR strategy of lies, Angela. I don't believe it happened. Honestly, I don't believe it happened.
Not. Of course not. I mean, it's ludicrous, isn't it? You couldn't even say that to the dentist because you'll have your mouth open and him busy doing to your teeth. But it's just not what you say. If you said before, would you mind? It would perhaps they would stop, but they'd actually got people coming in after you, so it's actually not going to make you popular. I think it's just a thing that it's so amazing what her things are that they quickly disappear. And if you don't rush for them, you won't get them. Oh, and you'll never forgive yourself. It's absolute nonsense. She's unrealistic. Let's say that in a polite way.
Yeah, and there was one other.
Unrealistic.
There was one other that she posted, Angela, on her Instagram story, and it was from another apparent punter, and Meghan said, "Love it, well done, hubby." And this person said, "Had hubby on standby at 11 o'clock this morning to help with the purchase. Lol. checkout, my record-breaking checkout time, we mastered it this time around DWL. Apparently DWL, I didn't actually know this, I had to check, but it means dying with laughter, Angela. Now we can't wait to collect memories with these bubblies. Cheers, hashtag as ever. So that was the other one that she posted, Angela.
Well, you don't believe those things, do you?
Well,
You
I
just
don't.
don't. Unless you're pretty stupid, or totally in love with her, and there's not very many of those people. It's just makes up a lot of stories. You remember she said about her children, 4 and 6, that they go and sell vegetables and fruit in the market. And that's not going to happen, is it? And everybody looked, well, a lot of people looked for what was going on, and they couldn't find the names there. And you had to give your names, you had to be allowed to do that. And people were thinking, oh, that's terrible. They're letting the children go, they by themselves, who's looking after them? How much fruit and vegetables are they taking? So the whole thing was made up. And loads of things. Lies. All her lies are all made up.
And then, Angela, also there were issues in terms of the refunds anyway, because Royal Daily Tea posted, I have a huge update on my as ever refund. Apparently, Meghan Markle is only giving out partial refunds, keeping shipping charges for items you never fulfilled nor shipped to your customers. Pretty good grift game there. How is this legal or ethical? And according to Taz, had a theory on this, Angela. She said, so she's used the same scam as last time, takes too much money for products she doesn't have. So, I mean, this jam scam is just getting worse by the day.
Yes. Yes. I mean, that's absolutely terrible, isn't it? To even skim off the money for a trip you never got, or your bottle never got. And also, she's doing 3 times how much a tea bag was. She does this, the Napa Valley Rosé. If you don't get it and you've paid for 3 of them, you probably get enough of one next time, should you be next time. I mean, it is appalling. It's not honourable. And if people see that, and all the money is going to her, it's not like it's even going to charity, then you just think, look, I couldn't get envy of this anywhere else when people are honourable and are straight, and I don't have to mistrust them. I can't see how people want to go. I can't see now there's any thrill of being the owner of a bottle of wine that Meghan has made for you, or not her, but has created.
Yeah. Well, she claims she's created. Basically, Angela, she claims that she drank loads and loads and loads and loads of wine from 2023, but now all of that's run out, so she's just going to have to drink loads and loads and loads more wine. What's quite funny, Angela, though, is that lots of people say the Sussex Squad are actually trolling her a little bit with their product reviews. I'm not sure if they are or if they're just stupid themselves. I mean, Nancy Sidley pointed out this great one because it was like the person was trying to say, oh, look at this, it all became so beautifully packaged. And actually, when you look at the picture, Angela, the product box for the flower sprinkles, see that? It's all damaged. It's all punched up. It looks crappy. It doesn't look like a luxury product at all. And Nancy said Meghan Markle fans are definitely trying to troll her. And then, Angela, we also had this review of the flower sprinkles watch.
Mix. Directions and all. Oh, these look premium as hell. I can't wait to try them. So I'm still waiting on my orange blossom honey and my apricot spread in limited packaging, which just looks amazing. But this is what I have. So let's try these edible flower sprinkles together on camera. I'm going to save the second one for my mother when I go visit her on the East Coast.
She won't
in
be
a couple
grateful.
weeks. Ooh, my nails.
Poor mom. Buy her something better, seriously.
Okay. Smell it. By the way, they smell, oh my gosh. It smells like, it's like, the scent is magnificent. I can't actually.
Don't believe him.
And I don't have a green thumb. I have no plants in my apartment, but it smells like a fresh garden. Okay.
Irish garden.
You get like a bunch of everything.
It's a quarter of the jar, isn't it?
Yes. Hardly any in there.
Yum. This should be delicious in tea as well. My dog's coming over. Buddy, you can't have it. These are can't have this. So good.
Even the dog doesn't.
I'm assuming what I'm going to do is bake the cookies, which I'll do in another video, and then I will sprinkle these on top.
I mean, get a life. Get a grip. Don't save that pathetic little portion of flour sprinkles for your mother. Because let me tell you, anyone who is over 40 years old completely understands that Meghan Markle is one of the worst human beings in the world. She doesn't want them. She simply doesn't want them. And maybe that's it. Maybe that's her fan base, Angela. That sort of very woke, gay base, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I think even them are giving up on her, aren't they? I mean, it's just losing people all over because there's so many lies, there's so many mistruths altogether. And she doesn't apologise. She just moves on as if I'm not taking any notice of this because I'm far too important. So I'll just carry on, and it's just too bad. I mean, that's her attitude, which is a very irritating one when you know that she's actually behaved incredibly badly. It doesn't matter to her that she's stamping over people. It doesn't matter. She just doesn't not interested, which is an extraordinary thing. That somebody has. I think it's just awful. She doesn't care what she does to Harry either. You know, one minute she's lovey-dovey kissing him all over in public, and the next she pretends she doesn't even know him or look at him because she wants to go on her own and be welcomed by herself. The whole thing is just sick-making.
Sick-making is the word, Angela. They are a very unhappy duo. But Angela, it was a delight to see Catherine, the Princess of Wales, emerge after all of those serious concerns about her health this week. And it's a new Catherine that we're seeing. I just want to play you a little bit of what she had to say and get your reaction.
Sort of brave-faced stoicism through treatment. Treatment's done.
Yeah.
So I can crack on and get back to normal again, but the phase afterwards is really, is a really difficult journey. You're not necessarily in the clinical team any longer, but you're not able to function normally at home as you perhaps once used to.
To have this environment here for patients who are going through the clinical treatment, the bangs through to the wellbeing hub. Yeah. To have this space for them, I think it's just so valuable.
Oh, Angela, wasn't it a delight?
Oh, I found it so upsetting. I didn't think she looked well. She'd made herself up, but she looks very stressed and quite pale despite the, what's happening on her cheeks and head and all that stuff. I think it's very stressful for her, and she's struggling because she's doing a fantastic job of what is expected of her, but she can't keep it up with the sort of energy that she's done before. And I think it was very brave for her to open up and say how she really felt. And for example, she said, it's a very scary, very daunting experience. That's absolutely upsetting. And she said as well, you have to find your new normal, and that takes time, which means she doesn't feel that she's the same person as she was. We see her like that because she's wonderful, smiling and looking beautiful and being charming. But actually, inside her, she says it's life-changing for anyone. Through first diagnosis or post-treatment and things like that, it is a life-changing experience, both for the patient, but also for the families as well. And that shows that it's obviously hard for her with the children. They want their mother to have lots of energy. She loves to be outside, running, jumping, but she just can't do that. And there's the problem of how you manage it, how you do become a sort of different person, but still make you yourself the person you want. And oh gosh, and so that Meghan, I'm sorry to bring her up, but so Meghan would buy somebody to be her aide, this boozy, who's been so vile after her. And actually, she's also been vile about Catherine. She does everything she can to make it difficult and make it hard for her, and to be spiteful and to make her mad because she keeps sort of copycat. How can anybody do something like that to someone who is so ill and so trying to hold on to her life? I mean, she's not got cancer at the moment. We know that. But the after effect of it, we've just heard, is not easy. It's absolutely not easy. And I think it's disgusting that anyone can actually try and bring her down or make nasty comments. You have to be pretty nasty yourself, even to think about it. If she doesn't like her, just shut up. Don't bring up anything. You don't have to. You haven't seen her for a very long time, years. You just want to go on and on and on attacking her because that pleases you and you don't want to please her. How can they? Do you understand how somebody can do that? I can't.
No, it's vile. It is utterly, utterly vile. Angela Levin, thank you so much. Of course, if you do want first access to the uncancelled Royal after show here at Outspoken, we give you those exclusives that the Royal Rota won't. Then please do sign up to my Substack, www.outspoken.live. Substack is such an important platform. I speak about it a lot because it protects me from big tech cancellation. It protects me from lawfare, and it is also completely focused on free speech and original reporting. So if you want that Royal Uncancelled After Show every single weekday, live or on demand in full, then please do sign up today. Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special Royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.